another requested item today. Going to be taking a look at the Meat Skewer. Now, this is an interesting sort of blade. It's pretty much the exact same as the regular rapier, except after 3 hits, big lunge forward, and big broadsword hit. You can see it covers a lot of area, and it does a lot of damage, too. It's actually quite a nice combo finisher. Of course, that's not the whole thing with the sword. The whole thing with the sword is that it lets you get behind your enemy. I think the original quote was something along the lines of, "Now you see me, now you don't." All about high mobility, getting you to nice opportune time behind an enemy, out of the way of their attack, ready to hit them with the largest combo, maybe one of the largest combo finishers in the entire game. I couldn't really tell you. This is not really a weapon I use a whole lot. To be honest, I think that 90% of the time, my ability to, the ability to get behind the enemy is kind of covered by the, dodge roll well enough. Although I don't think this is really, the idea here is that you're supposed to use this as a replacement for your dodge roll. It's more like, if you happen to be doing a lot of consecutive strikes on an enemy, that this will make sure that you're not going to get hit by putting you behind them if you don't happen to get a breach. So I can appreciate that. It's just teleporting around like that. It's the exact same issue that I got with the phaser. Essentially, it makes your character a little bit unwieldy, a little bit unpredictable, exactly where they're going to be showing up at the end of each one of those. I mean, not literally unpredictable, but unexpected in the way that they are moving around there, which always like having absolute perfect control over everything Dead Cells Man does. I'm that sort of person, apparently. So it's one that I don't really use too often. I probably should do it a bit more. Cudgel, I think, could actually work pretty well with this weapon because stunned enemies are going to be very easy to maneuver around with this sort of, jump forward that this weapon provides you. So this was introduced all the way back in the daily update, third major update after the Elemental and Darkness, I believe it was, alongside the Swift Sword, so the sort of high mobility makes sense, and the Lacerating Aura, which, alright, maybe not so much of a comparison with that, but I think it's, you have to complete 10 dailies to get this one? The last reward that you get. First one is Swift Sword, then 5 days later, Lacerating Aura, and finally, 5 more days, you get your Meat Skewer, and you kind of like, I don't really like this weapon as much as like Lacerating Aura, which I think is definitely the one to get out of the dailies. But it definitely does represent a sort of theme, like I said, with being able to move around a whole lot, except instead of getting benefit from the movement buff like the Swift Sword does, this one is just a sort of secondary way of getting you out of harm's way built into the weapon. And I do like that idea. It's like it's not quite it's not quite like a sword that would give you damage reduction or something like that. It's a sword that makes you dodge as part of its combo. That's kind of neat. And it's a similar sort of thing that it shares with the original rapier, where you, after rolling, you get a critical hit for your next hit. And this one, rolling is just part of the weapon. That's cool. It's also a really weird thing. Don't really think of. Well, let's be honest. I'm not really the sort of person that knows a whole lot about fencing or the like. Maybe. Yep. Maybe utilizing defensive actions is a big part of that. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if that's true or if I'm entirely incorrect. Oh, that was close. Thought I was going to get hit there. Well, the point is that there is something of a theme when it comes to using this. I'd definitely be interested if they ever rework the rapier, which I think is kind of not great right now, or if they ever introduced another one, because there's some interesting stuff happening with these. Aside from that, the real question here is going to be, how do you use this weapon? I want to say that any sort of tactics that require you to be, like, in one place, not gonna fly as well as something like quick, instantaneous. Let you move around, let you continue moving around. So what I'm thinking is that going to go a little bit closer to the old style of bombs over something like a flamethrower turret, or maybe grabbing a couple of high cooldown reduction tactics-based items. Maybe like a tonic or something. Like a tonic or something. We'll see. I mean, the plan here is that not only am I going to be zooming past enemies, first off, relieve that. Not only am I going to be zooming past enemies, I will also be giving them a nice little care package in the form of, I don't know, let's say cluster grenades. Because those are always pretty good choices if you're doing grenade-based runs here. Or maybe I'll just grab a decent amount of damage reduction off of a fire grenade. Get some good synergies going on there. Call it a run. Either way, I do think that Heavy Burst is going to be way better for the Conjunctivious fight than I'm in all likelihood going to be attempting. We'll see if it actually happens. As usual when it comes to going down into the sewers. No particular reason I'm going into the sewers this time. I just thought, I don't go into the sewers a whole lot. I guess I did just put up that Spiteful Sword run, but that was planned to be last Friday. That was my bad that I didn't actually put that up earlier. Sorry. Anyway, aside from that, I do think that the Cudgel, I was going to call it the KO Shield, or... God, what was the original name of it? Like, normal, sturdy shield or something like that? Plain old normal shield? It was something like that way back in the day. It is also a good option because stunned enemies aren't going to be, say, jumping backwards or getting out of my dashing range. Allow me to get a whole ton of extra damage in on them while they're stunned like that. Also damage reduction, which you're going pretty heavy on the old cluster bombs. That's gonna be something of a premium, so we'll see on that. Aside from that, I do think that... Alright, calm down, you. Okay, I don't know why he jumped up there, but sure. Some sort of synergy enabler, and like, yeah, a lot of bombs I think is going to be the optimal sort of build that I want to go for here. I am maybe planning to get hit quite a few times during the course of this run, though, because like I said, I'm not very good at compensating. I don't use this whole weapon a lot, so I don't really have the like the exact movement that you're going to be doing with this weapon down as well as I do with some other things. I was kind of hoping for 35, but I'll pick it up for a second just to see if I might be able to get a little bit of health back. Not bad. Obviously, melee is probably going to be more of the issue. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll grab like a flame brand. Maybe I'll grab a cluster grenade at the same time, and it will all be very, very low damage reduction. And might be, oh, that was so close. There might be in something of a pickle. This is definitely a KO shieldable enemy. How did I not get that? There we go. Ah! The other thing is that I do think that this weapon is probably pretty good for the Conjunctivious fight. Mostly. You know what? I'm not going to even argue. I do think that this weapon is probably also pretty good for the Conjunctivious fight because Conjunctivious likes to move around a lot. So having that extra heavy mobility, I mean, even if I just throw a combo out into thin air, I might be able to hit her I might be able to hit her anyway, just because a dash forward and then the huge hit that I get off the combo finisher will manage to get me a successful hit anyway. We will see. We will see. As always, never want to count your chickens before they hatch, especially in these sort of runs. Man, that is one aggressive, disgusting worm. I cannot even believe it. Aside from that, I do think that it's probably going to be pretty important to pick up as many scrolls as possible. I really don't know how good this weapon is compared to your usual standard type of... Your usual standard type of... I totally missed that Guardian Scroll. Wow. Brutality scaling weapon. Like if it's going to be doing more or less damage than, I don't know, let's say let's say a balance blade or something. So I'm gonna be cautious. Let's just say that. That combined with the fact that if I do happen to get into the graveyard, flying enemies are generally pretty... Well, aside from the combo finisher, they're going to be completely destroying me because of the very little area that your traditional... Ah, yes. Because the very little amount of area that your traditional rapier actually tends to hit. It's a needle of a weapon. It's not a... You might have a broadsword hit, but it's not all that much of a broadsword. Ugh, we'll see. Brutality mutations. Cooldown reduction on grenades is an obvious one. I guess maybe just go with your standard sadism. That's always pretty good. Vengeance, Tainted Flask, also pretty good. Combo and melee, not going to be very useful in boss fights, and that's really what I'm worried about more than anything. I think that my standard kit of the flame grenade and the cluster grenade is going to be just fine against your normal enemies, but bosses might be another story. We'll see. Might also be more worth it than usual, because I'm not entirely sure how much damage this weapon is going to be doing to... Oh! Sniped! To try to grab an upgrade for this weapon. And not from the Clandestine Forge. I'm talking about, like... No, that would have been nice. I'm talking about grabbing one from a shop that I might find here. Yeah. I already see that my bombs are starting to really outclass my sword in damage. Worrying. Alright, alright. It's kind of weird that you do slam the... Slam Rapier, again, a needle-like weapon down on top of your enemies. Not really the traditional way that I would think of you using that, but then again, it's kind of hard to... That was a really good dodge! I don't even know how I dodged that, I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. First off... Well, that got me out of there, so I guess I'll call it a draw. Do I have 100% on burning target? I do, in fact. Alright. Anyway, I'm sorry that it seems like the second that I get into these sewers, I immediately forget everything that I'm saying, but... whatever, it wasn't important anyway. Alright, alright, alright. Was that a rune? No. Alright, so number one thing, find shops. So number two thing, maybe try to go for a little bit of cursed chest action. Yeah, we'll see how many dividends or deathidends this pays. I got enough damage reduction right now. It's totally fine. That is the good thing about getting colorless over legendary. Legendary can only ever have one stat associated with it. Colorless can at least have the full Monty of getting two, even though you do take 20% extra damage. However, this is a weapon that's already good. This is a weapon that's already giving me 40% damage reduction, so it's all a wash. They'll all come out in the wash. Alright, alright. Oh no. That was not even an oh no moment. I don't even know what I was saying. But that said, I am going to have to be a little bit more careful around here. No. I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful around here than I would normally be, because the lunge forward may put me into the Impaler Spikes, and that's going to make me one unhappy camper, to say the least. If there's one thing I hate, it is losing runs to curses, which is generally why I don't like taking them. Because it's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Nah, not when you die. It's not worth it when you die. It's worth it when you live. And you're always just a hair's breadth away from becoming unwound when it comes to these sort of runs, so... Oh... It's a gamble. It's a gamble, and I don't like that. I ain't no Proctor. Alright, any more enemies around here? Maybe in the big hallway. I don't want to mess around with the spikes! And there's an impaler right here that might be giving me the business if I don't play this good. He's trying to give me the business right now. Come on, do it. Do it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I still don't know if it was worth the stress, but I did get an upgrade for my grenade, so I guess I can't be too disappointed. Oh boy. That said, if I do manage to get a... Oh, that wasn't even all that much damage I took there. That's good, that's good. If I do manage to get an upgrade for my sword, I'm gonna feel pretty... very pretty. I mean, I usually feel very pretty, what with the mantle and tiara that I'm wearing, as you know, when I'm recording this, but if I can grab an upgrade for this, I'll be feeling better. Hey, there's a counterpart. Come on. Big money. That would actually be really good. Well, maybe not with that affix on there, but... Ooh, that's gotta be one of those weapons that I do pretty soon. But I've been on a brutality kick lately. I'd like to keep up that streak. Maybe even do Swift Sword next time. I think it would be appropriate. Besides, pink and yellow I think is a good combination. Very... Ah! Very Easter. Anyway. Which, I mean, it's not. It's Halloween, so... Yeah, it'll be... Speed is spooky, right? I don't know. Anyway. What do we have here? Maybe it wouldn't be too terrible, because I do have inflammable oil on my cluster grenade. But I feel like it's... I'd rather have the damage reduction for right now. It's actually doing me some good here, so... Getting rid of it, I feel like is not the most worthwhile thing. Oh well. And... Ah, you got me. Oh well, this is a time for... No time for a present when it comes to potion charges. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, etc. I don't think that I can actually get out of this area. Great. Whatever, whatever. I think I should have one more shop left to get. Go find that, and probably leave here pretty quick. Having to re-roll that one thing 3 times is not only a big drain on funds, but also morale. So, do I have... Oh, I was thinking that I might have had a Super Mario mode there for a second. No such luck. I saw an impaler. Yeah, okay, there you are. Really, again, I think that I'm mostly worried about malaise in this run. That's... Ooh. Like I said, I'm planning to get hit a lot because of my general inexperience with this weapon. Although I would like to say that even in its mostly unupgraded form, it's still doing all right. It's not the worst that I've ever used. We'll see. Hey. Honestly, I would take that if I had the chance. But this is not the time. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, dash forward is actually a pretty cool little mechanic. It's something that I thought that honestly they were going to introduce instead of the homunculus rune for the final thing. People were talking about maybe doing something of an air dash type of mechanic, that sort of thing, which I was a little excited to see. Yeah, let's be safe here. Let's be reasonable. No cluster grenade upgrades though. Sort of a Mega Man X sort of thing. Look, let me tell you, I might not be the biggest fan of Mega Man X compared to like the original series or anything, but that dash is pretty cool, especially when you get the air version, the air hike sort of deal. And that would also be a pretty huge increase in your general movement abilities, which I'm always down with. If Motion Twin was thinking about potentially, when that DLC comes out, maybe adding in a new type of rune, air dash would be neat. Work pretty well with the whole wall climbing thing, too. That said, I am probably more satisfied with the homunculus rune as much as I forget to use it, just because it is something different and interesting. Again, I really do have to use it more, though. Kind of ridiculous. The other thing is that the whole dash mechanic, it is very, nice. Nice, yeah, I'll take it. The other thing about the whole, like, dashing forward mechanic is that it is very much like a... Not only like a... the dodge roll, but it's almost an improved version of the dodge roll. When you think about that, something like the dash forward through enemies or a teleport that you would get out of the phaser, that's generally what you get as an upgrade for those types of... Wow, not bad. I told you the cluster grenade works well against this. Generally the sort of thing that you get like as an upgrade in games where you do have a dash like that. Cuphead is the first thing that comes to mind, where one of the upgrades that you can get is like a cloud of smoke sort of thing that makes you... Ow, it still got me anyway. Fine then. That makes you invincible rather than... Ow. Just being a regular old dash. So if there was some sort of way that, like... That would be an interesting thing, too, to have it be so that if you, like... You had this item in your inventory or something like that, then you would suddenly have your normal... So close. You would suddenly have your normal dodge roll replaced with, like, kind of a speedier version of the... Like a speedier dash instead. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but that's... I mean, on this channel, I think you know that I'm going to be doing that. Oh, that was my attempt to kind of catch him in the act, but... Oh, so close, so close. Kind of catch him in the dash, but no such luck. It is quite the dash fight we got going on here. I could try dashing through the tentacle as it's oncoming. I feel like that's a terrible idea, though. A risk I'm not really willing to take. If this wasn't 4-cell, maybe. You know, for a little bit of added fun zones, but... Fine. Do I want to go to... I don't even know if I want to go to the graveyard, but... Damn it! Stop being so quick! For being so gigantic and lumbering, I cannot... Well, and you'd think lumbering, I cannot even believe how much I am... How much she's dodging me here. Come on! Oh, you're killing me here! That's fine, that's fine. As long as I got my dodging on point. I don't have my dodging on point. 2 isn't too bad, though. Oh my god, this game is driving me bananas. Oh! Man, that was one of the worst fights that I had, but... Hey... Those movements aren't always the most predictable thing. Wow, more rapiers again. And that's not a bad one either. Poisons the enemy. I take it. But, again, not the run. Do a rapier at some other point in time. I gotta hit the Slumbering Sanctuary. I'm getting so high on malaise and so low on potion charges that, as fun as it would be to get into as fun as it would be to get into the graveyard instead, I just think that that's a death sentence if I decide to do that. Especially because, like I said, that's going to spawn a whole lot of flying enemies, a whole lot of corpse spiders, and I do not have the ability to deal with those with any respect. Oh well. A little bit of lore about the Stilt Village. Probably saying that this thing is what caused the whole malaise in the first place. Ye Olde Sanctuary. And I did have it pointed out in one of the previous videos when I was talking about how exactly the potion worked. That one of the lore rooms did say that the sap, I guess, you know, the blue and then later yellow sort of patterns on the wall were seen as potentially a cure for the malaise, which might have been what was eventually turned into the potion. I would say that's probably not even out of the question. It might be exactly what Motion Twin was thinking of. Yeah, I'll take it. And to be honest, in all likelihood, that would make sense. I mean, with this place already seemingly, well, at least in my canon, apparently, connected to Malaise, that the idea that the stuff in the background here would also be a cure for it, I don't know, maybe. Maybe whatever civilization that happened to construct the sanctuary in the first place also managed to find a cure for the Malaise themselves. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can fight enough elites to maybe afford a potion charge. I don't know, worst comes to worst, I can always just dump my heart, get a single point of Malaise, get Malaised up for a single point, and then get half my health back. Might have actually been worth switching out sadism for gastronomy, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe. That said, you know, the whole civilization that actually created the Slumbering Sanctuary, and why, and if it's like an actual sanctuary or what, you know, what's the actual purpose was for, and all that sort of stuff, still lost the ages. Haven't really gotten, nope, haven't really gotten too much information on that just yet. Yeah, sure. Maybe that's something that they'll be saving for the DLC. It feels like that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like ancient civilizations, and this is maybe not the best. Eh? No, it's okay. However, I think that one more potion charge, unfortunately. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Oh, there's this whole sap thing. Flowing into the sewer network and causing the malaise. That said, you don't really know if that's exactly what was causing it. Yeah, I think that was actually also one of the loading screen tips, that it said that, well, tips. One of the loading screen lore points, where it said that at one point in time, like, green junk started flowing into the sewers, and then they closed off that sewers. Something like that, I don't remember. Cluster grenade, please? Well, an upgraded version if I could. Am I giving up on getting that potion charge entirely right now? Evidently so. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Sepulcher, I do believe, is in order. If I can't get my healing back, you know what I can get back? Well, you know what I can use to compensate for that? A lot of damage, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that sort of play too. Just would really like to watch out for golems. I was unsure about dashing into the... I mean, as it is, I was unsure about dashing into the tentacles as they were coming at me. I think I'm even more unsure about dashing into golems as they're coming at me. In all likelihood, use the KO shield if that happens to come up. Doesn't seem likely, though. Well, screw it. Screw it. I'm out of here. Time was fine. I would have made it in time, but at the same time, I don't want to run around and expose myself to more malaise. I'm already having a hard enough time as it is. But hey, chalk another conjunctivious kill up on the board. Always a feather in the hat. Well, the hat that your character can't actually wear because, you know, cloud head. He's got a bad case of cloud head syndrome. I mean, I would say that his head is in the clouds, but, like, the shopkeepers literally say that, so I feel like I'm being a little unoriginal. Shouldn't be stealing from the game. Just, until that becomes possible and the shopkeeper becomes a fight in the future. I'm just saying, it's a pretty common thing when it comes to roguelikes. You can do it. Could happen. It's not entirely out of the question. Oh, that was a tracker there? I thought it was an elite... well, that was weird. I thought that was an elite... Nah, that's fine. I thought that was an elite Inquisitor. Weird. Huh. Want to go a little bit more speedy here. Maybe save that for the Switch Sword run. Go try to do a proper speed run going on here. And by that, I mean no. Leave that to Henpock. That dude has really been killing it when it comes to the Dead Cell speedruns lately. Alright. I'm just here to show off parts of the game. I'm not here to break it in half. Well, not anymore. That was back in the day. My headier, younger days when I would do things like killing bosses in a single hit runs or stuff like oh, nice. Stuff like killing the Watcher without even moving. Yeah, man, if you want to see a point in time when the game's scaling was just when strength was just the end-all be-all and would go to such astronomical levels that the things you could do with it were kind of unbelievable. You just became an immortal demigod. Check out the beating the Watcher without moving video. It's a good one. Also, it's like 20 seconds long, so that's fun too. Alright. 87... Get down there and hit... Whatever. 87,000, and I'm currently looking at 21 brutality. I'm getting my groove back. I'm like Stella around here. Feel like I'm starting to make some headways in the run, as much as I don't like the fact that I only have a single potion charge left. At the same time, I still do have the heart. That's always an important little thing, but the heart's kind of useless if I don't have anything to heal it. Ugh. I mean, it's one extra hit, but the idea here is more that it would clear out my malaise. Should have... That was close. Also, fun weapon to drop. Nice job, Cleaver. I love it. I love this gift that you have given me. The gift of garbage. Truly, is there anything greater? Well, I mean, one man's trash. But I'm pretty sure that there's nobody that's going to be counting the Spartan sandals as a treasure. Let's be perfectly honest here. Oh, that was close. Because those cleavers will inflict me with more malaise than I would ever be comfortable taking. And my more normal level of comfort when it comes to taking malaise is 0, so... 6 times that is still 0. Alright. Here's your math lesson for the day. Apparently. And who says that crappy YouTube videos don't teach you anything? I am out of here. Oh god, that was so close. But there's the key. Let's book it out. Let's boogie. As Death Route Canada would say. I think probably going to be another shop down there. I gotta check out another shop. If I can get an upgrade for the meat skewer, that would be the best. That would be the best thing right now. This is not what I wanted. Also, boy, am I so glad they changed it up so that you can't... Oh, there's the shop. Boy, am I so glad they changed it up so that you can't one-shot those golden doors when it comes to higher stat levels. You need to at least hit them twice, because, God, that would have... That was something that did... Yes. Oh my god, it's amazing. Oh, I could just cry. But, also, there's another shop right down there. What type is it? Looks like more of the same. That's fine. Not too worried about it at this point. But yes, getting cursed like that was the end of quite a few runs back in the day. It was a welcome change, to say the least. Also, Cluster Grenade, as you do, fantastic little combination when it comes to doing a brutality run. You can never go wrong when it comes to... I'll admit, I'm kind of mad. But, yeah, you can never really go wrong when it comes to utilizing Knife Dance, when it comes to utilizing cluster grenade. Those are two very good burst damage options. And sort of my go-to when it comes to trying to do a brutality run. Like, if you were gonna tell me, say, do a run with a basic starter sword and it's like starter shield, I'm just gonna probably take, like, two... Well, I'm either gonna take the exact combination I got right now, fire grenade, cluster grenade, or I'm going to take 2 cluster grenades. Nice. Oh, I should have upgraded that. Should have upgraded that. No splitting hairs there. I screwed up. But that's fine. That's fine. Oh, okay. Okay. Timekeeper. Big problem that's going to come up with this fight is the fact that I don't really have any ability to stop her from moving around. My mobility here with my weapon isn't going to mean too much when I turn around. High mobility here with my weapon isn't going to mean too much when she's also moving around at even higher mobility. Pick a direction! You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I don't even want to get near her because I feel like I might accidentally dash into her when she's doing a big broadsword hit. That said... Oh, that was close. Okay, cool. That worked out just fine. Yeah, if you can just spam the parry button there. Oh my god, so close. You can just spam the parry button there, works every time. Hey. Okay, I only took 1 extra point of malaise there. That's fine. For getting that close, okay. For getting that close, I kind of expect to take a couple more hits there. I am completely satisfied with what just occurred. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, but as it is, I think that, yeah, run's really popping off now. And to be honest, if I wasn't using grenades, I might have said that would have been the hardest fight, the hardest boss. But since I am using grenades, it's probably still going to be the king, as you do. So, let's see how that goes. In the meantime, it feels like the obvious choice is going to be just going for 2 keys and not 3. Damn it. And not the full Monty 3 keys, so kind of be careful when trying to decide what I'm going to do here. I still don't want to... I mean, as usual, even though I have a couple counters to some of the enemies that I'm going to be facing, that doesn't mean that I actually want to encounter them, if possible. The less malaise, the better. My damage reduction is definitely capping out here. I don't think I'm going to be getting too much more benefit from doing anything else at this point, especially because I picked up that huge knockback shield. That's pretty good. Sort of passive and active. Shield and movement-oriented weapon. It's a good little combination got going on here. I mean, I do have a shield, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to get caught in the Guardian Knight's rhythm, but that doesn't mean that I want to have that happen anyway. Never means that. Oh, what do I even want? What would I even want here? Maybe another upgrade for my meat skewer, but that's about it. And I already got a pretty good meat skewer. I think that going for the skills is going to be the superior option in just about every respect at this point in the run. Because I would really like to get an S rank fully kitted out. Nope! That sucks though still. S rank, fully kitted out cluster grenade if I was going to choose anything. What do you got? Got combo to death, but I mean... Ha! See that sort of like little shimmy shake that he was doing when he looked back and forth like that? That's the exact sort of thing that you want to see with this weapon. It's the exact sort of experience that you want to be having with it. It's pretty fun. Yep, shapeless monstrosity, etc. I had somebody say that that might have been the guy you see in the background of the Thorny fight. Oh, nice. Good, now I know where that is. I don't think so, because that guy pretty clearly has a shape. I mean, I'm not saying that it is actually the main character. It could just be nothing. Maybe it's like some sort of weird thing that eventually like mutated into being conjunctivious. Maybe? Who knows? I mean, that sort of thing had like mutagenic properties to it, but that seemed to be more of an implied like, no, that's bad. But that seemed to be more of an implied like a monster that they found like on an expedition or something like that, and then shelved into the warehouse in the... Where else am I going? Thorny is the clear choice. But, that's... Oh, God. Hard to say what's going on. Anyway, yeah, a lot of lower corner happening in this episode. I don't know why, but start doing that a lot more lately. Well, you actually have lore in this game. But, nice. Nice. Alright. So, a lot of more stuff to talk about. Also good, that's exactly what I'm looking for, and I already have the exit unlocked. I'm not gonna say this is the most ideal circumstance. Again, getting the heart here with no potion charges is just going to leave me essentially with one extra hit. However, it's better than nothing. I'm just gonna bomb him. Obviously, getting behind a Thorny, maybe not the most optimal play. Insofar as... Like, this is maybe not the most optimal... I hate you. This is maybe not the most optimal weapon to be using against the Thorny, which is why I'm a little bit... Motion Twin. Motion Twin, we gotta talk. Your game's never gonna be accepted on SuperMarioWorldCentral.net. If you got cut off like that. Let's go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling great. But I think that worst comes to worst, it's just another run. And I can deal with that. Because I think that aside from that, this has gone pretty well. It has proven that I have no reason to fear using the meat skewer if that's what the cards are dealt. If those are the cards that are dealt, so... Well, maybe in the future I'll be picking it up a little bit more often. Probably not. I'm a creature of habit, and I don't like to do new things. Alright. Let's do this. Yeah. I think I would have actually got the... What? That just confused me for a second. I'm used to him doing that when he's, I'm used to him doing that when he's, you know... Nice, that's some good damage. When he's in a bear trap, but not... This is bad. Oh, come on. How did he even get me there? All right. Yep, there's the hit. All right. Well, at least I'm on third phase. I mean, that's something to be said for that. Cool. Still killing himself. Oh, no! Not the freaking Inquisitor. All right, all right. Enjoy the last little battle, and that'll wrap it up for the meat skewer, I guess. I was fairly impressed by it.